What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Volvo Cars have finally confirmed their second next generation Volvo car in the likes of the Volvo EX30, the smallest Volvo SUV. So let's have a look. So finally Volvo Cars have confirmed the little Volvo SUV, the EX30. It is coming June 7th in a few weeks time, but there are already some things we are pretty sure about. So if you are in the market for a Volvo EX30, here's what's to know. The Volvo EX30 will be manufactured in China. That is confirmed by the CEO of Volvo Cars, Mr. Jim Rowan. And that means that Geely, the owner of Volvo Cars and Polestar and many other brands, is heavily involved in production of this little SUV. That's also not really a surprise. Geely is involved in many brands and they manufacture a lot of cars in China. So it's kind of obvious that they will also use their manpower over there to produce the Volvo EX30, which will be a car that will be sold in masses, so to say. So having a sturdy production capacity in China, well, it's a good thing for the Volvo EX30. We are also pretty sure that the Volvo EX30 will be based on a Geely platform called the SEA platform, the Sustainable Experience Architecture, which comes in multiple models basically. You have the SEA platform for the very luxurious and big cars, but also a smaller SEA platform, which for example also the smart #101 uses, and also the new to come Zeekr X. Now that is pretty useful because from the Zeekr X and the Smart we already have some figures about the performance, the range and such. So I'm gonna mention those already. Do note that is not for the Volvo EX30 specific, but probably they will have a lot of similarities. So if we take a look then at the Zeekr X, this one has a 66 kWh battery pack, 272 horsepower and also a 428 horsepower powertrain. Basically that means a single motor or a single motor long range version and a twin motor setup. Then if we look at the Smart #1 and also number 3 or #3 coming soon as well, they also have the similar drivetrains. And with the Smart we see a range, for example, of 440 full electric kilometers. And yeah, the Volvo EX30 will most likely get comparable figures. Now the car is a compact SUV and that means it sits below the Volvo 40s series. So this is really the entry-level Volvo car of the next generation. But don't worry about space because the EX30 is based on a specifically electric developed platform. Whilst the 40 series from Volvo and also the Polestar 2 for example is based on the CMA platform, and that platform is also used for normal petrol, XC40s, C40s and such, and also plug-in hybrids. So over there we kind of see that the space cannot fully be optimized for an electric car, having the battery pack in the floor of course, because this platform is also for other drivetrains. So with the EX30 you will see that the interior space is optimized for an electric car. So probably the EX30 will not be that smaller interior wise compared to the XC40 and C40. Now the car is called the EX30 and that means it's the 30 series. It's an entry-level car, a little SUV, and that means that it will most likely be priced pretty attractive, around 40,000 euro-ish. Of course that will be dependent on your country, the tax, etc, etc. Make sure you check that with your own local Volvo dealership of course. But yeah, I am expecting that the EX30 will be able to compete with, for example, in Europe, the Lynk&Co 01 subscription. Volvo offers the Care by Volvo version of it. You can have it fixed for 4 years, I believe, or flexible more or less, that you can cancel your subscription within 3 months. And yeah, I expect that these prices will compete with the Lynk&Co 01 offer, which is 550 euros. So yeah, fingers crossed for that of course. Now keep in mind that that of course will also depend on the spec of your car. If you probably go for a Volvo EX30 Ultra, the new ultimate trim, because the X90 also has that, so Ultra, the most luxurious version of it, yeah, then you will probably pay more than 550 euros. But yeah, maybe an EX30 Core, single motor whatsoever, yeah, I think that will have a very competitive price. Now I am 100% sure that the Volvo EX30 will run on Android Automotive OS, basically the system that Volvo Cars started using with the Recharge models, the electric cars, and now also has implemented throughout the entire lineup basically. The EX90 has a new version of it already, of the Android Automotive system. So yeah, of course the EX30 will also have this. Now I'm also gonna point out these patents that have been discovered in a patent request or in a design request from Volvo Cars, the Chinese patent register or whatsoever, which basically reveal or show the final design of the Volvo EX30. And keep in mind, these are designs and absolutely not what the real thing will be, you know, in the flesh with all its colors, wheels, and so on and so on. So just very basic designs are this, but it kind of gives an idea. Anyway, we see a small EX90 basically. It looks a lot like it. Of course, not a surprise. These are the next generation Volvo cars. They will look like each other a lot, just as the current Volvo generation also is. So over there we see that the EX30 has T-shaped headlights. Yeah, kind of the next generation Thor hammers. And also that the taillights show similarities with the EX90. However, on the EX30 we see that the rear lights are connected at the top and bottom kind of with this line, whilst the EX90 not really has that. But yeah, that also kind of looks similar. And on both sides of the rear windows we see that. Now also pretty interesting to see, for example, the EX30 does have real door handles and not the flush ones or the integrated ones as the EX90 has. Of course, this is an entry-level car, so the real luxurious things like soft closing doors, which the EX90 also have, yeah, will most likely not be on the EX30. Now as for the total design of the car, it kind of looks like a small EX90 with a bit of XC40 design twists or elements as well. Though you kind of see that the roof line slopes down a little bit more if you compare it, for example, to the XC40. So it's a bit more aerodynamic perhaps, also because it's an electric vehicle, of course, a dedicated electric vehicle. So aerodynamics of the car are also very important. So perhaps that, yeah, looks a bit more aerodynamic in terms of design and shape. But anyway, guys, if you want to see a bit more about the patents, yeah, pause the video and have a look yourself. Also Google it. There are plenty of articles about it already. So, you know, I'm not gonna highlight everything in this video. The car is coming in a few weeks. So also let's wait a little bit for that, right? But anyway, guys, that is the Volvo EX30 coming June 7th. I am super excited for this car. It is great to yet again have an entry-level kind of Volvo car. We had the C30, of course, and the Volvo V40 as well. And now the EX30. So I'm super stoked for that. Now June 7th, I will give you a full update, of course, of the Volvo EX30. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. But that being said, guys, I thank you a lot for watching. Let me know what you think about the Volvo EX30 in the comments down below. I appreciate your support, so make sure you like and subscribe as well. That helps me out a lot. And guys, of course, I see you in the next video next week. And stay tuned for June 7th because the Volvo EX30 is coming soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.